Hello everyone. Welcome to Immeureka podcast series. Today we will be discussing about the important topic, I would say that burning topic is on summer management of poultry. As we know that day by day the temperature is increasing, and because of global warming, the temperature are yet to increase, and it has been noted that for the last 2 decades there is an increase of temperature around 0.7 degrees average temperature overall in India, and considering the global warming is a continuous phenomena, we will be having more challenges in poultry rearing, and it is important that we need to adapt to those challenges, and these practices should be practices should be versatile enough to take immediate actions. To discuss about this and the challenges and how to mitigate these challenges, today we have an expert, Dr. B.C. Datta, who has years of knowledge in poultry health and management with us. Welcome, Dr. Datta, to our podcast.
Hello, thank you. Thank you everyone. Good morning everyone. Yes. Summer, heat stress, global warming, that's the word we are speaking every time, everywhere. But as a poultry paternity person, how much you are being affected, how much our poultry is being affected in India, we are going to discuss today. So thanks Immeureka for organizing such opportunity to discuss the things, to express my experience, share my experience with the poultry fraternity of India. Thank you.
Dr. Datta, you have years of experience in poultry health. I would say that almost 30 years, it means 30 summers you might have crossed.
It's 40 years.
40 years, that's great. Now, how do you perceive heat stress in poultry, and what are the factors contributing to that heat stress in poultry?
See, 40 years before when we started, that time poultry was not, in fact, that is industry, it is, chicken was not growing fast, and the layer chicken, they are not giving that much eggs. So efficiency wise, they are far below. So their need, when you are driving a car at 150 kilometer speed, you need a good road, everything good. But when you drive a car 30 kilometer speed, like earlier ambassador, so need is less. So like that, in over 40 years, there is huge change in chicken production. So need of the chicken increase, and there's a lot of new thing they needed. Moreover, because of efficiency, as they need something new, lot of things new. Over 40 years, climate has changed like anything.
Yes,
so
sir.
Chicken are less heat tolerant now. Yeah. Whether they are egg laying chicken or a meat producing chicken, they are less heat tolerant. Earlier days, we don't need that much, just managing a house, housing the chicks, they are producing. Because that time when we started, that time they were in broiler, suppose in 49 days, we used to get 1 kg, 1.2 kg. Now it is 3 times. We are getting 3.5 kg.
Yes,
so for that, there are a lot of changes in the chicken genetics, nutrition, and they are more sensitive to any stress, and heat stress is the major one.
Yes, sir. It's true that where we were getting FCR of 2 and 2.5, now we are targeting around 1.6. It means the birds are growing very fast, so the the heat generated by the broilers are very, very high. So one side, there is an improvement in efficiency because of heat stress is coming. On the other side, we have the environmental changes, the climatic changes, and because of that, we are facing heat. And also, if you see, the weather become more unpredictable. Last few years, we have seen the extended summers. I believe somewhere last year in Namakkal or maybe entire southern belt, and because of the extended summer, we might have lost around 25% of production. So this probably is a major challenges for us in future. Now, how we cannot say we cannot see that the summer management is not like similar solutions cannot be attributed to the all places.
Sure.
Do you find differences in India? India is a big country. There are different agroclimatic conditions. How do you perceive that the same management will not be applicable to others? in your views?
Yes, see, last year, as you said, the two area which I also travel regularly, one is Namakkal in Tamil Nadu, one is Mysore. They never witnessed more than 35 temperature earlier, before 2024. And last year, they faced 40 plus temperature over a month. So even people are heat stressed. So chicken production, we lost heavily.
Yes, sir.
Last 4 days, I was traveling to Mysore and one area, Mangalore. Yesterday, Mangalore, yesterday and day before yesterday, even I was unable to visit the farms because of the hot and humid climate. They say it is changing every year. Mysore especially, even Mysore has so much layer and broiler population. In layer farm, there are more than 40 lakhs layer farm, not a single fan even in the farm, because they are not habituated. Over here they said 35 temperature for few days, otherwise it's more comfortable, nothing is required. But now they are planning what can be done to manage the summer so that birds' productivity is okay, there will be no mortality like that. That is the situation. I faced just last 4 days, 37 temperature already there. In end of February, first week of March, already 37. We don't know another month, maybe March end or April or May, what will be the situation.
Yes, sir. True.
This
True. We have entirely different agroclimatic conditions. Like if you see North, Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan, Gujarat, you have high temperature with low humidity. Whereas in coastal belt, where the humidity goes up to 90%, that's a big challenge.
Yes, summer management in different part of India is totally different.
Yes, sir.
This humid area, hot and humid is different. Only hot is different. Only hot is okay. Where hot and humid, it is much more detrimental.
Yes.
Broiler layer can be managed, but breeder is just impossible.
Impossible. That's
This is the situation. Different parts of India is different. It's a big country. Agroclimatic condition is different.
Yes.
Still, north in east temperature is not much. Summer not much started, but south they are last almost 1 month. They are suffering heat stress, and this is the situation.
yes, sir.
So we, as a poultry veterinarian, when we are traveling, we have to adapt. Myself also, just flying over 2 hours from one region to another region is totally different agroclimatic condition, and summer management you have to think in different way.
Yes, sir.
This is
That's true. So how the birds physiologically adjust to that rise in temperatures? What are the intrinsic mechanisms that they do have? Can you explain in simple manner to our customers?
first birds. They have 2 constraints. They don't have sweat glands,
Yes, sir.
so that they can dissipate heat by evaporation, that's perspiration.
Yeah.
They have very little unfeathered portion, so that heat loss by conduction or radiation or convection, that is also very minimum.
Okay.
But chickens, the birds are homeotherms. They manage temperature of the wide range of external temperature. But when continuous high temperature, they fail to maintain the balance between body heat production through metabolism and the body heat dissipation in the environment. And environment temperature is increasing, so heat dissipation to the environment is lessened. So birds started suffering from environment induced hyperthermia. That's the thing. Hyperthermia means there will be increased respiratory rate,
Yes, sir.
what you say panting, or technically it is polypnea. This is just to increase loss of heat through evaporation, means panting. There is respiratory system, when they are panting, loss of heat, latent heat is going down, so they try to cool down the body.
Yes, sir.
That's the thing mainly they try, but when they fail, there is heart rate increases, though panting, when panting increases, there is respiratory alkalosis,
Yes, sir.
acid-base imbalance, change in pH of the blood.
Yes, sir.
So they suffer permanent damage of, so many permanent damage of muscles, and when there is alkalosis, there is blood calcium level goes down. So layer chicken, there is huge problem in egg production, egg number, egg size, egg cell quality, and broiler, less feed intake, less
Yes,
growth.
Yeah.
They try to manage, but when they fail, ultimately it dies even.
Yep. So, as a farmer or a farm supervisor, in my flock, when I can, how do I see the changes in heat stress? Like, what are the signs I should look for so that I can understand? So, the heat stress is like getting worsen in my birds, and so that I take some remedial measures.
Yeah, being a farmer or a supervisor at the village level farm,
Yeah.
see birds by nature they do panting to dissipate heat from the body.
Yes, sir.
But the degree of panting, how much they are panting, that is, and the activity of the bird, posture of the bird. Because during heat stress, you will see birds expand their wings.
Yes, sir.
They try to dissipate heat through their unfeathered portion. And the posture, how they are sitting, their feed intake, it will be reduced. How much reduced it is? The feed intake reduced, so egg production, everything will be heavily impaired. Egg production also a sign of heat stress. And the water intake.
Yes, sir.
Normally, birds should take water around 2.5 times of feed, is the ratio.
Yep.
If it is taking 50 gram feed, it should be 120 ml water, like that.
Yes, sir.
And but in India, average Indian climate, they are around almost 3 times, because it is always India is 30 plus, so it is 3 times. 100 gram feed means 300 ml water. But during heat stress, it increases even up to 5 times.
Okay.
So more water intake, less feed intake, and there will be watery secretion, watery diarrhea, enteritis,
Yes, sir. Yeah.
and precipitation. That is the sign you will see in birds.
Okay. So, in your experience, what are the major advice you give to the farmers, like on heat stress, how on the management side? What are the steps they should take to prevent? And we have seen 2 different areas, the high temperature, low humidity, the other areas with moderate temperature and high humidity. In those areas, is the management or management of summer stress differs, or should we go with the same methods?
Management of summer stress definitely differs, but the basic control, if they can, the birds are very much temperature sensitive. And we are speaking here about the summer management, the heat stress management.
Yes.
So, environment management. Artificially controlling environment at the birds level.
Yeah, right.
So, environment control house is the permanent solution. If they can, that well ahead.
Yeah.
If it is there, then it is okay. You can control through the microcontroller. But if it is not there,
Okay.
then the basic principle is to reduce heat at the birds level, because it is heat stress. So basically, you need to reduce heat by your available inputs, by changing your the normal practice, making some modification in housing, feeding, drinking system, everything. That's the basics. In general, to reduce temperature, your house construction, that the roof should be elevated.
Okay.
Like you see the houses in the Europe,
Yep.
because of the winter, the snowfall, the roof is elevated, not like flat in our country.
Yep.
Even in the Assam side, you will see the elevated roof.
Okay.
So roof should be elevated,
Okay.
and the roofing material, it should be nowadays coated asbestos, a trainer coming, so that type of coated material, or thatching with agricultural waste, like straw, paddy straw, wheat straw, like that, some thatching.
Okay.
Elevated roof means central height should be more, and the overhang, side overhang of the roofing material, it should be a little extended, like around 3 feet or like that, so that direct sunlight can be prevented.
Okay.
And otherwise, you construction of side pandal.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And on thatching, thatched roof, that should be sprinkler to sprinkle water on the roof so that some reduction of temperature.
Yep.
Then hanging of gunny on both sides with dripper. Water drips, and when air passes through that, it is cool, it reduces too much, almost 5 degree temperature it can manage this hanging gunny with dripper.
Yes, sir.
And inside you can have false ceiling.
Yep.
False ceiling with ready-made aluminum foil materials are available.
Okay.
Or even agricultural, even the rural area, small farmers, they are using their agriculture byproducts with paddy straw, even the jute stick, even the mustard leaves. People are using it, making small seat and erecting as a false ceiling. That is very, very good to reduce the inside bird level temperature.
Yep.
Then foggers.
Yep.
And when there is foggers, there should be fans. In broiler, it is ceiling fan is best. But in case of layer and breeder farm, it is long. Then for them, circulatory fan is the best.
Yes, sir.
That's all they can manage to reduce temperature. With all this, farmer can reduce even 10 degree temperature, outside temperature and blood level temperature, 10 degree easily can be controlled with combination of all this. And all these are not very tough. They need some will to do.
Yeah.
By using the byproducts, by using the available infrastructure or mechanism, whatever he has, he can do.
Dr. Datta, you might have seen many the techniques farmers day-to-day use to control this temperature, lowering the temperature up to 5 to 10 degrees. What are the uniqueness you have seen in India? Like different areas, different methods. Can you just say something about that?
India is basically an agriculture-based country, and lot of agricultural byproducts they are throwing. I have seen thatching of ceiling, false ceiling making and thatching by agricultural waste like paddy straw, wheat straw, jute stick, even the mustard plant. After harvesting of mustard seeds, the mustard plants today, because of hybrid variety, they are very big.
Okay.
So they are making small seed, maybe 6 feet by 4 feet seeds, and they are installing that especially as a false ceiling.
Yeah.
And even I have seen this thermocol.
Yeah.
Thermocol has false ceiling.
Okay.
Though it is in other way it is problematic because rats and rodents will be huge there. But this agricultural byproduct, especially paddy straw, is everywhere.
Yes, sir.
Because India is producing paddy, all states producing paddy, and paddy straw is not that much useful. But and some because of last 5 years, paddy straw is not practically available because farmers are using machines to cut the paddy straw.
Okay.
But the wheat straw, mustard plant, and jute stick, especially in Assam, West Bengal, that area which are producing jute. Jute stick is a byproduct and is useless.
Okay.
They are keeping out, just throwing. Farmers are taking and they are making beautiful false ceiling. And controlling, I see controlling temperature. Outside it was too hot. Inside we as a person also are feeling very comfortable. Minimum 5 degree they are reducing with this byproduct.
Yeah. This also highlights the importance of sustainable production.
Yes, definitely.
So we don't use chemicals or other products. Instead, we use this natural byproducts.
Yeah, our farmers are doing so many innovative things. We are learning from them.
Right, sir. Right, sir. What are the nutritional management we can engage during this summer months, like additional supplements or the vitamins, minerals, or something else? What are the best practices we can advocate?
Basic nutrition. See, summer there will be reduction of feed intake.
Yes.
So feed intake will be reduced.
Yep.
On the contrary, energy requirement will be more.
Okay.
So to compensate, feed should be dense.
Okay, sir.
Whether it is a layer, maybe in case of layer, instead of 100 gram, they are eating 100 instead of 110 gram, they are eating 100 gram.
Okay.
So your 100 gram must have
Same
energy of 110, same energy.
Yep.
That
Yes.
and protein produces more metabolic heat. So little less protein, maybe 0.5 to 1%, little less protein, and little more energy by addition and supplementation of oil, whether it is layer, breeder, or broiler.
Okay.
Especially in broiler, more of oil, less of protein.
Okay. Sir.
Because on one side you are giving more energy, which is required because of the less feed intake, and less protein, so less metabolic heat production. Moreover, during heat stress, as they are taking less feed, so there will be less intake of microelements like trace minerals, vitamins. So that also should be reached. Usually, when we are formulating feeds, we are giving 20-25% extra this trace mineral and vitamins, and that pays.
Okay.
And when you are specific, if you go specifically, most of the vitamins we found are good for heat stress management. They give some relief when people are using vitamin A, D, E, especially A, D, E, C. They are very good.
Okay.
And minerals like selenium, zinc, they are very good in heat stress management. They relieve some heat stress and give some nutritional benefit. But other than those who are acting as antioxidant, like vitamin C, zinc, selenium, they are very good because antioxidant property in heat stress. What happened? There is oxidative stress. So oxidative stress means there will be intestinal damage, further microorganism. So poor gut health. And oxidative stress means immunosuppression.
Okay.
And vitamin C, vitamin E, zinc, selenium, they found they have antioxidant capacity. So they prevent oxidative stress. So they prevent immunosuppression during heat stress. They prevent gut health damage.
Yes, sir.
Both are very important. And there is one nutrient we must specially say is chromium.
Yes.
Chromium has antioxidant property. So it prevents this oxidative stress and immunosuppression. So give relief during heat stress. Chromium also suppresses this corticosteroid, this stress hormone production, which causes immunosuppression. And chromium actually in glucose metabolism, it has a positive effect on insulin release. So chromium helps in more energy at the bird's blood level during heat stress when it is actually required, but less feed intake, that energy, more energy wastage, but energy is more required. Chromium is very much helpful. So chromium, along with all this, they have positive effect we see in heat stress management.
Right, sir. Yeah, you rightly said that extra allowance of chromium and few trace minerals and vitamins will help to navigate through this summer stress. And we also highlighted about the immunosuppression many times. So we know that summer means there is also a major challenges on immunosuppression. So how do we address this?
See, summer means there is immunosuppression because of oxidative stress.
Yes, sir.
So what happened actually in oxidative this heat stress? It reduces the circulatory antibody production, the IgG, IgA. So post-vaccinal reaction will be very poor. Vaccine uptake will be poor.
Okay.
Then heat stress reduces the thymus size. So T cell production will be reduced.
Okay.
So cell-mediated immunity will also be suppressed. So after vaccination, both humoral and cell-mediated immunity is affected in. So vaccine failure is very common during heat stress.
Yes.
Moreover, they increases the corticosteroid increase. So that also suppresses heat stress. That also increases the heat stress. Moreover, heat stress affect the ability and capacity of identifying the pathogen by this what to say, immune cells
yeah,
like
dendritic
macrophages,
cell, yeah.
lymphocytes.
Yeah. Yes.
Their efficiency will be reduced during heat stress.
Non-specific immune mechanism also will.
Moreover,
come loss.
what we say, heat stress suppresses the gene which are responsible for growth, production, disease management. The gene heat stress also represses.
Right.
This immunosuppression is a major issue in heat stress.
Yes, sir. So many times we come across that in spite of good vaccines and good vaccination practice, we do not see the sufficient antibody titers, and thereby we also get field infection. And not just for this specific disease, for we do vaccinate like Newcastle disease or Gumboro, we also find elevated cases of E. coli and Mycoplasma. All this because of immunosuppression. And in that case, do you suggest any modifications in the vaccination practices or in the control medication, antibiotic control programs?
Definitely vaccination program in summer will be different.
Okay.
Because it is because of the heat stress, you are giving vaccine, good vaccine, right application process, still vaccine titer is poor. So vaccination, like in broiler, what you used to practice. Yesterday, what I have done, that I am telling. Usually in broiler, India common practice on ND vaccine around 5th to 7th day and booster by 19th, 20th day. But where the mean age is more than 35 days, we are suggesting one more vaccine on 30, 35, 31 day, and that two little more dose, and that is Lasota only.
Okay.
Lasota type vaccines in 30, 31 days, maybe 1.3 dose or 1.4 dose.
Okay.
And during summer heat stress, for layer breeder, we advise kill vaccine every 8 weeks interval, compulsory.
Okay.
And in broiler chicks, during this 3-4 month summer, hatchery level ND kill vaccine.
Yeah.
The best vaccination in broiler,
Yep.
as I suggest, may not be accepted by everyone, the ND kill vaccination in hatchery,
Yep.
booster live 3 to 5 days, first,
Yeah.
then live, first live is 3 to 5 days, booster around 17, 18 days,
Yes.
then second booster around 30, 31 days.
Yeah. If the birds are being
Because
kept for longer
more than 14 days we cannot expect in summer. More than 14 days protective titer we cannot expect. Let kill vaccine to work in the system and live vaccine work locally, so that they can prevent the entry of virus also.
Right, doctor. And Dr. Datta, thank you for elaborative information on summer management. And I believe this inputs will be really helpful for the farmers to
I want to
mitigate.
discuss something more on subject, this
Yep.
sodium. Sodium bicarb, electrolytes. There is a common practice
Okay.
of adding extra sodium bicarbonate or electrolytes. Yes, both are beneficial because we have already discussed the nutritional chapter.
Yes.
Both are beneficial.
Okay.
Sodium bicarbonate especially act as buffer while respiratory alkalosis is there.
Yes, doctor.
Little sodium bicarbonate is very much helpful.
Okay.
And electrolytes is also helpful, but that electrolytes must have balance of sodium and potassium. Only sodium up to certain level is good.
Okay.
Beyond that, it is bad.
Okay.
Sodium potassium balance in the cellular level, extracellular, intercellular level is necessary. So electrolytes up to certain level is good. Normally, suppose in poultry, in breeder, we say breeder or layer, this sodium level 0.16 to 0.22%.
Okay.
Normally.
Yep.
So in summer, we can go up to 0.22, not 0.23.
Okay. Okay.
Then what will happen? If you give more sodium means more pressure on kidney.
Yeah.
And more sodium means more water intake.
Yep.
So birds will enter a vicious cycle.
Yep.
I want to discuss just a summer stress, heat stress is a vicious cycle. Once birds enter there, you have to reduce temperature to comfort level, otherwise birds will be in the vicious cycle and they will die finally.
Okay.
Suppose summer means more water intake,
Yep.
when there is more water intake, so dilution of nutrients in the
Gut.
gut,
Yep.
so malabsorption,
Yep.
passage of nutrients in the hind gut,
Yes.
growth of undesirable organism like Clostridium,
Clostridium. Yep.
there will be dysbacteriosis,
Okay.
finally enteritis,
Okay.
enteritis loose drop, so poor litter condition, more ammonia formation,
Okay.
discomfort situation, dehydration,
Okay.
more water intake.
Okay.
See, this water intake, we came to that water intake cycle.
it
So this
started-
vicious cycle.
it started with high water
summer
intake.
with water intake.
Yeah.
More water intake means more water
water
intake. Birds will be in the vicious cycle only. In that time, only you have to reduce temperature. No other option. Otherwise, birds will die.
Yeah,
That is why excess sodium. Sometimes some people during summer they are adding extra electrolytes in feed. Again, extra electrolytes in water. That is detrimental. These birds are suffering more heat stress because more loose drop means more ammonia formation, more discomfort situation,
Yep.
more dehydration, more water intake.
Okay.
So up to certain level is okay. You have to calculate sodium level very judiciously. Do not go please beyond the recommended breed level. Breed's recommended level, do not go. Normally we are operating sodium with a lower level. Suppose it's 0.6, we used to be there 0.16 to 0.18.
Okay.
We don't go beyond 0.18.
Okay.
But in summer you go to 0.2 to 0.22. That upper limit you can go. Then it is helpful. Beyond that it is detrimental. And this common mistake many people are doing, giving so much so many people heat stress, nothing. Add some electrolytes, nothing else.
Okay.
Birds are not drinking water even in heat stress. You are giving electrolytes in water. Try to reduce temperature. That's the basics.
Yeah. Yeah. Instead of addressing the temperature issues directly in
That is secondary.
indirect measurement
Need
like
some sodium bicarbonate is better. Some electrolytes is better, but not more. With that.
So it's important that we have to try to reduce the temperature than this kind of interventional strategies.
Now this is also needed.
Yeah.
Extra sodium bicarbonate, sodium potassium is needed, but up to that level only.
To that level, yeah. Right, doctor. Dr. Datta, we have talked more about water and quality. What are the best practices we should ensure that the water quality or water intake is adequate in summer months?
Water is an important part. It's 70% of poultry chicken's body, and to cool the body, everyone needs water.
Yes.
And water quality means the first is the water temperature.
Yep.
Drinking water temperature need to be maintained. Supply 24 hours drinking water, and then the other quality chemical or other parameters. So water, I will say in open pond so that it is layer, border, beader. Water tanks should be inside the shade
Yes.
to prevent that.
There are many places they keep outside.
That is, if it is outside,
Yep.
they make a temporary shade during summer
Okay.
so that direct sunlight does not reach it. And moreover, painting of white color to the water tank so that heat reflection will be more, so water will not be hotter.
Okay.
Then water pipeline from tank to bird's level, it should be, if it is better to go underground.
Underground.
Or whatever portion outside outside the directly from tank to ground level, that can be covered with gunny or something so that direct heat is not going. That is what. And ensure that 24 hours water supply.
Okay.
It is better to fill the tank very frequently, not to full the tank.
Okay.
Fill it every 2 hours.
Okay.
Because groundwater is always cool.
Okay.
When it is coming to tank, it is staying in tank, it becomes hotter, birds take less water. And less water means further stress. So, in ensuring better consumption of drinking water, fill the tank very frequently. Daytime, at least 5 times, 6 times water tank filling, little, you just put something. And night time you can keep it, that is the basics. And other water quality means maintaining, because gut health is always under challenge. So water pH, you should take care of the water pH, and water sanitizer, you should take care of the water sanitizer, because lot of challenges on gut health.
Gut health, yes. So we should not allow the buildup of Clostridium and other pathogenic
Because the
bacteria.
gut is already under challenge
Yes.
because of heat stress, this oxidative stress.
Yes.
So water may put another challenge. So do not put that challenge.
Dr. Datta, one more interesting question. We see that because of global climate, global warming, this increase in temperature is going to stay for quite a long time. Is there any way the poultry can acclimatize the high temperature, or any specific breeding program is happening around the world to your knowledge? Can you share with us?
See, global warming, everyone is speaking, giving lecture, and that same person is signing order of deforestation. This is the global fact.
Yes, sir.
Whether it is big country president to our panchayat level leader,
Yes, sir.
their deforestation, filling of water bodies.
Yes.
This is so global warming will, whatever lecture we give, every year temperature will increase, and if we want to do poultry, we have to live with this global warming.
Okay. Sir. Okay.
So, genetic company, the poultry breeding company, they are definitely planning for some modification, some gene or something, some character, so that they are more heat tolerant.
Okay.
We have seen one breed in with aviation, that naked neck breed.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I think 4-5 years back.
No, it was 2012 only.
12 only. Okay.
2012 only. I got the first. That time I was head of a production company, so
Okay.
I got the first chicken.
Okay.
They were a little bit heat tolerant, but India is a wet market.
Okay.
So marketing of that chicken is very difficult. That's why it's not commercially much successful. But those who are selling processed chicken, still some company are rearing those bits. But I think little bit, but success rate is questionable.
Okay.
Now other two breeding company like Hubbard, Cobb, they are all working. Cobb came up with one colored breed, I think 480.
Okay.
They are much heat tolerant,
Okay.
but production efficiency farmers are not accepting. Is they grow 2 kg by only after 65 days. That is not acceptable to farmers.
Slow growing birds.
Slow growing birds. Hubbard have slow growing birds.
Okay.
So many 4-5 breed, but all these are color.
Okay. Okay.
Color, they are more. These white birds are not heat tolerant. Color are more heat tolerant. They came from India and this asil, basically the asil on Bangladesh beach or the Chittagong, all they come from this breed. They made the selection. They are heat tolerant, but their production efficiency is not matching with today's broiler. They have some very small market. Commercially, for commercial company, it is not obviously viable. For individual consumption, buying a whole chicken and cutting at home, it is okay. But commercial company processing, it's not commercially viable.
It's not still
viable.
Viable
but
for us.
but they are trying. I think I cannot name the breed. I have pictures. Even the leading genetic company in India, they made some modification, I'm sure, because breeder out of 10,000, it was a flock of 9,500. There is 9 colored bird.
Okay.
Black, grey, red spot.
Okay.
Breeder in color,
Yeah.
I don't think nobody has seen. We are seeing last 1 year only.
Okay.
So they might have included some more Indian genes so to make it more heat tolerant, or they can sustain heat like that. And that bird's productivity is little down.
Okay. Okay.
That nowadays this breeder flock productivity is little down, but they have added that genes, and productivity parameter and the production phase, the gap is little different. I think they are working.
Okay.
When they will get some success, they will make some standard, they will come up with the thing, but now they cannot say. They are in a process.
Okay. So there is some research and development activities going on.
It's going on. Because they have to do something.
Yeah.
They know this heat stress will be increased every year, because global warming will be a continuous phenomenon that will increase. So we have to sustain with that. We have to produce chicken. We are in chicken industry. People are working. Let's hope something good will come in future.
We hope for the best.
Yeah.
Sir, we have seen that environment management is one of the key factor in controlling summer stress or heat stress. How do you advocate this?
Environment, see, we cannot change the global environment, but you can modify the bird's level environment little bit.
Okay.
And the basics of that, stocking density.
Okay.
Mostly in open farming, 1 square foot should produce 1.6 kg chicken.
Okay.
If everything is okay.
Yep. Yeah.
But in summer, it is little less because see, when summer birds are panting too much, so they require more oxygen.
Yes, sir.
They require more air.
Okay.
So if stocking density is less, more oxygen is available to them.
Okay.
Moreover, if stocking density is less, means less chicks placed, so there will be less ammonia production,
Yes.
there will be less suffocation, less dehydration.
Okay.
So there is less chance of entering into heat stress vicious cycle. So
Okay.
stocking density is minimized. Common practice in India, those who are growing, especially in broiler, those who are growing 2.5 kg broiler, they give 1.5 square foot per chick when they house.
Okay.
But in summer, it is 1.6. Even in some area like UP, Bihar, Bengal, it is 1.7 square foot per bird.
Okay.
Giving
Okay.
because birds always sits with the wing
Okay, sir. Yeah.
expanded like
Yeah.
that. So stocking density is very
So
good.
almost 10% higher
It is better.
space is given.
And
for
moreover,
birds.
if we see another thing, say environment, the ventilation, issue of ventilation.
Okay.
See, ventilation and temperature, they run together only.
Okay.
Without ventilation, you cannot manage temperature.
Okay.
So if there is good ventilation, so birds will get enough oxygen to breathe and to compensate the panting requirement.
Okay.
So good ventilation, but heat stress will be less. Moreover, good ventilation helps reducing little temperature.
Okay.
And ventilation, when it is good, if wind movement across the bird level, if it is good, birds feel little comfort.
Okay.
So when they are feeling little comfort, the effect of heat stress will be less. So ventilation is a huge effect on heat stress. Suppose even when we are sitting in the hot sun, little wind movement, we feel little
Comfortable.
There are birds also, ventilation, wind, incoming wind, they feel very comfortable, and heat stress, loss due to heat stress at the farmer level will be less if ventilation is poor.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Now, as a poultry veterinarian, as I am working in Indian context for around 40 years with poultry farmers, my request to the poultry fraternity, whether it's a farmer, supervisor or poultry entrepreneur, please consider these bullet points, these few points during summer, so that you can save your bird from heat stress, heat stroke mortality, and you can maintain the poultry productivity to sustain in this poultry business. The first one, try to reduce bird level temperature as much possible with your available infrastructure, available inputs, which already we have discussed so many things. First is reduce temperature. Second, supply cool drinking water 24 hours to the birds. Cool drinking water 24 hours. Next is feeding practice. In broiler, try to do cool hour feeding. Best possible is evening 6 o'clock to morning 8 o'clock. Try to complete the total feeding. In case of layer breeder, some night time lighting, so change some lighting program so that you can complete the feeding in the cool hours. Suppose there are farms who do feeding in the morning, maybe around 6 o'clock. I request them to, during when you start lighting at 4 o'clock, 4 a.m., give the feed immediately, so that feed will be completed by 6 o'clock, and the heat production from feed, feed intake, this metabolic heat production, it will be completed by 10, and then the hot hours of the day, birds will take rest, and there will be not much heat production, so your birds will be much more free from the heat stress. So feeding time, some modification in feeding time, and then feeding formulation, more dense feed, especially in broiler, more energy through oil, less protein, more trace minerals, and more vitamins. Also in breeder, same, this microelements should be more energy through oil, little less protein. This will help you. And then addition of some extra sodium bicarbonate through feed only better, and little electrolytes along with chromium. When you are adding electrolytes with chromium, maybe मैं हिंदी में बोलूँ तो आप फीड में इलेक्ट्रोलाइट विथ क्रोमियम ऐड करो, थोड़ा सोडियम जो सोडा बोलता है सोडी बाइकार्ब वो ऐड करो, तो आपको पानी में और इलेक्ट्रोलाइट देने की ज़रूरत नहीं, वो ज़्यादा देने से उल्टा प्रॉब्लम होता है. फीडिंग टाइम थोड़ा चेंज करो, कूल आवर्स में फीडिंग ख़त्म करने का कोशिश करो. डे टाइम में गिव द बर्ड रेस्ट, लेट देम सिट, नथिंग 6 आवर्स 8 आवर्स इफ द बर्ड्स. अगर मुर्गी फीड नहीं खाता है, ब्रॉयलर भी दिन में 8 घंटा फीड नहीं खाता है तो कुछ नहीं होता है. लाइक ब्रीडर दिन में 2 घंटा में खा जाता है, बाकी 22 घंटा नहीं खाता है, लेकिन वो आपको 160-170 चिक्स देता है, उसका भी अंडा उतना ही आता है जो उसका बुक्स में लिखा है. सो फीड नहीं खाए टेंशन नहीं है, कूल आवर्स में फीडिंग करो. और बाकी मेन इम्पॉर्टेंट, मुर्गी के लेवल में जितना हो सके टेम्परेचर कम करो, एंड लास्ट 24 घंटा ठंडा पानी मुर्गी के लेवल में सप्लाई करो. दैट्स ऑल द थिंग्स. मतलब यही मैं पोल्ट्री कम्युनिटी, पोल्ट्री फैटर्निटी को बोलना चाहता हूँ मेरे तरफ से. थैंक यू एवरीवन.
Thank you, Dr. Datta, for the insight on heat stress and summer management of poultry. And definitely this will be quite useful for poultry fraternity like farmers and professionals for us. Thank you for sharing the knowledge with us.
You are welcome.
Dear friends, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you like this information, do like and share with your all other poultry professionals. Stay tuned for some more episodes on poultry health and management. Till the time, keep your flock cool and comfortable.